Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha. I'm super stoked to be back with you again today for another episode of Failure is My Friend, episode number 4. Yep, it's my friend. The F word, the cuss word, failure. It's my friend. And our thought within that is, I am not a failure. I want you to say that. Yes, open your mouth and repeat after me. I am not a failure. Say that. Okay, one more time. Now say it with me. Ready? Go. I am not a failure. You may have failed, and God knows I failed multiple times in the same thing, over and over, after correction, after forgiveness. I still failed, but I'm not a failure. So right now, I want you to picture in your mind a major failure in your life that you've gone through or that you're in right now. I want you to physically picture it right now. Get that image in your mind. And I know you don't want to, but please, it's going to go with what we're talking about. Do you have it? Okay. So now that you have that image, I want you to think about this. How do you see yourself in that failure? And be honest. What do you think about yourself? What's the physical picture of yourself? Keep that in your mind. I won't have you keep it too long. Just, we're going to be 5 or 6 minutes. You can do it. It'll be worth it. We'll be using our book today, Failing Forward, by my mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell. And this is just an excellent book because it really, really helps us to understand this notion of failure and how we keep it close to us because it's going to happen anyway. So on page 23, thinking of I am not a failure, it says this. Many people wrestle with feelings of failure, the most damaging being doubtful thoughts about themselves. So with that image that you just had in your mind about your failure, I'm almost certain, I can't be 100%, but I'm almost certain it was not a positive image or an positive experience for you. At the heart of those doubts and feelings is one central question. Am I a failure? And you already know the answer to that because I just told you, you are not a failure. It says, keeping a good perspective of yourself is important to overcoming adversity and mistakes. Why? Because as long as we have breath in this body, we are going to fail. We are going to make mistakes. We're not always going to make the best choice. Now, as we get older, let me say this. As we mature and get wiser, which is not always indicative of age, but as we get wiser, we hope to fail less and less and less. But the bottom line is you'll never stop failing while you're in this body. But you can get better at failure and be able to perceive it correctly. Page 27 says this. Author James Allen states, a man is literally what he thinks. His character being the complete sum of all his thought. That's why it's important to make sure your thinking is on the right track. So my friend, you're not a failure. But you may say, you know what, Kenesha? But guess what? I failed in my own character. I made the decision. It was my choice. So how can you say that's my friend? Well, guess what? I failed because of choices I made, which I call dope fiend moves, and I knew I was making them, and I walked into them with my eyes wide open multiple times over multiple years after being given multiple chances. Here, me, my choice. But even in that, I was never a failure. Now, thank God I'm over it. And now I make the right choices in those character issues. Thank the good name of the Lord, because the pain was a lot. It was sure getting big. And that's good. And I'll tell you why. Because when we're doing something purposefully, failing purposefully because of our choice, the pain is indicative that we're going the wrong way. And family, if the pain doesn't come, we continue. And sometimes it could be to our demise. So if you're a failure because of your choice and it's your character, you are still not a failure. And if you're still in it, I encourage you, get out, make the right choice. Are you going to continue to fail? And then I don't want you to say, well, you said failure is my friend. Well, listen, make it your enemy if you're still in it. Stop doing what you know you're not supposed to be doing. How about that? But you are still not a mistake after all of that ranting and raving that I just did in those 5 seconds. You're still not a failure. But please stop making dope fiend moves like I was. And then there's another side of failure. There's non-character issues where things just happen. Let's say you went on a business venture and you opened your own business and it failed. You're not a failure. The business failed. Let's say you were taking a class. You were in school and you failed. You are not a failure and you're not dumb. Did you study enough? And if you did, go back and put in some tenacity and try again. Family, it doesn't matter what you say or what you've done or not done. You are not a failure. If it's a character issue, get up and have good character and learn from it. If it's just other things that's happened, doesn't have anything to do with your character, you just failed at some things, keep pushing. Learn the lesson. That's the beauty of failure. It teaches us if we allow it. And then we can get the wisdom from it, and then we can go on to be better. Family, this is your friend Kenesha. Remember, you are not a failure. Love you. Have a great week.